Alright, so here we have From Tartarus They Came, a dark Metroidvania with about a half hour of content and 4 movement abilities. Enjoy. This is submitted by Matt Chandler, Faded Hero, Estelaron, Maid Mage. Let's see, that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 4-person team. Got some nice little animations here. The engine was built in, or the game was built in Unreal. Let's see, the whole team is Matt Chandler. I'm gonna say this is Aaron Bruce or Iron Bruce. Sorry if I'm butchering that. Alex Norfleet, Spencer Pham, Noah Jezik, and Jonathan Rhee. There might be Rhea. Sorry, I'm bad with names. A lot of external assets, but as long as they fit, that's not a big deal to me. Let's go to their game page. Alright. From Tartarus they came. Guide the Abyss Walker through the chaotic abyss. Harness its power, fight the corrupted monsters, and close it, hopefully forever. Take control of the lone member of an ancient order, the Abyss Walker, and delve into the pits of the abyss and harness its monstrous power until you can destroy its heart, hopefully once and for all. From Tartarus They Came contains about a half hour of gameplay content and 5 movement abilities to play with and chain together. So that sounds interesting. I have some additional information that's talking about the build. It looks like possible bugs. One thing to point out for this game page, and as I continue scrolling, it's even more important. On your game page, you really just want that hook. Like say, this is your hook. Just something that tells the player what the game is. What it's about, and that's it. Something to just get them interested. When I see all this, this should be what are they called on itch? The developer journals or the updates. You shouldn't have it on your game page. This game was developed in 30 days. That's fine. But when you have to tell the player, the no smoking signs act as a safe point, healing spot, tells you about your gun, that shouldn't be there. And in regards to inputs, I do like that you have the menu, but I'm starting to look at this wall of text and my eyes glaze over. And you don't want your player to do that. So at the most, you should have just the basic controls. And they should be in a really quick or easy way to just parse through and be like, okay, I understand the controls. For example, I did this for not this Metroidvania month, but number 20, I believe, yeah. Because I had run into that same problem, and I figured this is probably the best way to just go about it. Like, I have my little hook, I have my controls, and the external assets I listed, and that's it. And that prevents your player from opening your game page and going, this is a lot. I'm gonna try something else first, and then never come back to your game. So this isn't really something I'm gonna judge you on. This is feedback in general. So I will use my janky controller. Alright, I'll go to the gamepad controls. Left, right, uh, jump. And that's another thing that I want to go back to. The good thing about drawing your gamepad and then just signifying which button does what, you don't have to worry about, oh, it's cross on the PlayStation controller, but it's X on the Xbox controller, which have two, their physical layouts are different. So that's one way to kind of make it easier for you to just quickly communicate buttons despite any kind of button name differences. Okay, back to the instructions here. Basic melee attack. Y for a special attack. Just triangle. Click the right trigger to fire a gun. Aim by the right stick. Perform melee attacks in the air. Okay. I'm assuming these are going to be my front bumpers. So what weapons drop? Heal. I don't know about that. And in regards to your power-ups here, you should really make this information or present this information in game in a clear way, because this is just more text that your player has to go through and be like, okay, is this necessary? Okay, how, they have to try and remind themselves and remember all this information when you want your game to slowly introduce it and clearly, so you don't forget and have to refer to something like a document or a manual when games had manuals. Oh. Okay, well, let's get started. Okay, I'm not. Oh, I heard a sound. Thanks for choosing to play From Tartarus They Came. If possible, please play with the gamepad and interact with the UI with a mouse. Ooh. The game will not pause during tutorial pop-ups. In the final hours of the jam, a lot of things broke. Thank you for understanding. Okay, in the future, you do not want to mix match. Like, you do not want the player to have access to a mouse to play if they're using the gamepad. So that's something that's going to be I'm going to forget, because it's completely doesn't make sense to me. But we'll go ahead and play. Is my controller plugged in? Do I need to click the window? Okay, my controller is plugged in, but I'm gonna have to use the keys? I guess I'm gonna have to use my keyboard. Well, that's unfortunate. At least it's WASD. Okay, jump. What's that? So you get... Okay, I'm not sure where I'm shooting. I hear a gun noise, but okay, can't go that way. I'm assuming it's just a wall. Okay. See, you communicated this in game, which is what you should. So why leave it on the game page? Let your player just experience it naturally. So just, yeah, you got it. I I expect some kind of sound for, like once it goes, once the bar starts charging, I expect sort of like a sort of confirmation that I've saved, especially when you have some kind of filling bar. If it was something, like a Christmas tree or something, and the star on the top of the tree sparkles, you could have a little dinkling, twinkling sound. But right now, audio wise, you know, I'm clicking and sometimes I'm shooting and sometimes I'm reloading, but I have no control, no clue how, what's going on there. Um, so let's see. Space to jump, hold it to jump slightly higher. You have some one-way plat-throughs. Oh. Okay, when on top of a one-way platform, press down, or press, yeah, S for down for a second to drop through them. Okay, let me find one of these. Okay, that's not a bad one. I went with the down jump. I think that kind of prevents accidental, like when you're evading enemies and you, but maybe you want that. Um, so music comes in at a certain point, and then it cuts back in and out. Um, so I'm not exactly sure, what the issue is there, but it definitely shouldn't be happening. Oh, didn't react to my pressing the jump. Um, B for attack, B for special. It's a little cramped. Um, oh, that is really weird. I gotta have my right hand on D and B, and then I can shoot my gun by removing that hand, moving it over to my mouse, and then like trying to aim, which shooting is not happening the way it should. Maybe I just don't have enough bullets. So I guess I'll just regular attack. I'm not sure how I feel about the attack, or the enemies taking damage, that red blinking. I think it could be done a little less offensive to the eyes. Um, I mean, when the music is playing, it's not bad. It's atmospheric. And visually it all looks like it goes together, except for like the player and the entities. But you're zoomed out quite a bit, so if you kind of have to like lean in and then see kind of it looks more of a it looks more low res than the rest of this um, background and just level art. Is this someone I'm supposed to? All right. Do I take any damage at all? And now the music's gone. So is the music only playing when I'm in danger? Um, I can see that you weren't able to put textures on all your objects, it looks like. You're missing some. Um, R to heal? Okay. Can you do damage to me? Am I invincible? And do you have a map? Okay, wall jump. It's a working wall jump. I mean, I guess I don't really have to worry about these things. Okay. So, oh, I feel like I should be able to make that. Yeah, it really feels like I should be able to make that. There we go. It's a little awkward with the keyboard. Now do I need to jump up? Okay. Or do I have to make a leap of faith, which usually isn't good in video games? Yeah, see, there is a block over there, but I don't think I'll be able to make it. Yeah, I just fell. Maybe I'm missing this. Yeah, over here. And the music cutting in and out like that is very disruptive. Um, I know that's probably not intended, but it makes it hard to get immersed into your game when it's just cutting in and out like that for no reason. And we've got a crash. Alright. Well, I guess I'm gonna rate your game. I feel like I can rate it sufficiently now. Alright, so let's go ahead and give the 3-star starter. Okay. I hate that I have to rate this one the way that I think I'm gonna have to. Um, because, you show these really cool, animations, and it seems like there's a lot to the game. Um, but I didn't get that far, we had a game-breaking bug. Um, there are a lot of things that, really stuck out, like the music. So let's get started. So in terms of, we'll say sensory, I'm gonna have to give a 1. And that's because you were missing a lot of feedback to the player, whether it was the enemy getting hit, well, you had some there, um, but I think it was the wrong way to go. Um, but you were missing a sound effect for, when a player hits a save spot. And I feel like it wouldn't have been too much of an issue if you hadn't put a UI element with it, because I really was expecting a rise in pitch sound and a little dink at the end to let me know that the bar is completed, I've saved, I can move on now. Um, that music cutting in and out was just throwing me off a lot. Um, you know, I to be fair, I will give you a 2 because the environments of what I saw looked, they meshed well. The only thing that, I could possibly dock you on was just, you know, having these missing textures on your platforms. But that's not what I'm gonna do. Um, as for Metroidvania, um, you know, I can't get a good idea of, you know, as for Metroidvania, it seems like you understand the basics of a Metroidvania, progression through power-ups, and with what you've shared here on the game page, when I look at it for the first time, I would say, yeah, this looks like some kind of, platformer or Metroidvania. Um, so, but because I didn't get to play through it, I'm gonna have to give it 2. I know you definitely understand, you know, what a Metroidvania is, but I can't give you a 3 because I can't, because of that crash, I can't find out, you know, how. Fuck, I'm having issues today. Execution, you definitely had that bug that crashed the game. Um, I feel like the cutting in and out of music would have been caught, especially by let's see, one, two, three, four, five, six, 6-person team. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of things that could have been addressed or should have been addressed, and caught by you all, before submitting. I've never worked with a team before, so I'm assuming every team is working well together. But um, so yeah, I'm gonna have to give a 1 in execution. I feel like it wasn't put together well enough. Um, now, because of all of this, I think I'm going to have to put a 1 in enjoyment as well. Um, I think if a lot of the things I mentioned, were addressed, I definitely think, my enjoyment level would be higher. But, I expect a specific, a certain set of things or at least variations when I go into these games. And you know, especially with a team of, what was it, six, I feel like with a month, this could have received more work. Um, so still, congratulations for submitting. And if you want to improve this game and submit it to a Super Metroidvania month, I'd love to see it once it's improved. Hope this helps.